My name is Scott Eckstein. I am president of James Scott Custom Builders, a member of the National Association of Home Builders, and the current president of the Home Builders Association of Illinois. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today to talk about the impacts of the credit crunch on small builder businesses and potential solutions for Congress to consider. The pricing-induced downturn that began in 2005 has been made worse by the credit crunch that started in mid-2007. This will continue to be the most significant factor affecting the home building industry into the foreseeable future. That means depressed home prices, sharply reduced credit availability, and much tighter mortgage lending standards for those who can still qualify. Home builders all over the country are experiencing a negative shift in terms of availability of residential construction loans. In addition, builders with outstanding construction loans are facing challenges as lenders receive appraisals reflecting lower values on lots and homes. In fact, declining valuations are sometimes at or below the cost of building a home or below the attainable market value. Lenders are asking builders to fully or partially pay down outstanding loans, while in extreme cases denying requests for loan extensions. Most small home building companies don't have the resources to survive in such an environment for any extended period of time. My personal experience has been that banks are refusing to lend to builders on either pre-sold or spec homes in the current environment, regardless of creditworthiness. There is a current dislocation in the housing market where entry-level home buyers cannot access mortgage credit to purchase a home. In turn, homeowners higher up the ladder cannot sell their current home in order to make their next home purchase. Thus, the credit crunch shuts down the normal progression of home selling and home buying. When the credit markets break down in the midst of a housing dislocation, home builders' financing is extremely difficult to maintain. For me and many home builders, the housing market downturn began 2 years ago, and the credit crunch we're now experiencing is a significant additional problem. I have exhausted my company's resources, and I am forced to take more extreme measures to keep afloat. Recently, I had to withdraw all my personal 401k funds, receiving a benefit of less than 50 cents on the dollar to help my struggling business. Paid a severe penalty, and I've turned to consumer credit to provide operating capital to pay for my loans and make my payroll. Avoiding excessive regulatory restrictions on federally insured banks, which are currently the dominant source for construction loans, is an urgent priority. However, the difficulty for builders in obtaining housing production financing during this time also vividly highlights the need to develop additional sources of construction credit. My written statement includes a number of specific recommendations for increasing the range of suppliers of housing production credit. Congress has taken several steps to ease the financial losses that home builders, like many small businesses, are facing during this economic downturn. I cannot overstate how important it is for the business owners to have the ability to claim and carry back net operating losses to years when significant taxes were being paid. NHB applauds Chairwoman Bean for her leadership in advancing the expanded NOL carryback as part of the GROW Act of 2008. As Congress continues to look for additional ways to ease the credit crunch on small businesses, it should strongly consider policies that stimulate home purchases in the immediate future. A temporary homebuyer tax credit would reduce excess inventory and relieve pressure on falling home prices by ending the waiting strategy for some potential buyers. An effective homebuyer tax credit would restore confidence in the housing market for homeowners, home buyers, and financial institutions, mitigating some of the factors responsible for the current credit crunch. NAHB appreciates the efforts of Congress to address the problems related to the small businesses and the credit crunch, and we look forward to working with the legislators on the most effective way to help America's small businesses during this time. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today.